This is Olga Enciso Smith. Welcome to Machu Picchu Gallery of the Americas. We're living unprecedented times, era, globally. And now in our nation, we have this racial unrest. My heart cries what's happening. At the same time, I'm very confident that we have a great creator, that he watches everything. This gallery was founded in 1974, but we had many ups and downs. It was closed for 12 years, and now we reopened about 2 years ago. We might have to close, hopefully not, but this is what I wanted to ask to do this video and tell you about the beautiful art that we have. Mr. Yo-Yo Ma, the famous cellist, has started to play the cello and invited musicians from all over the world to also show their music. And it's been fantastic at PBS. And I cry because the art doesn't speak. And the visual art, the artisan's art, was not showcased. It's not being showcased in this coronavirus crisis that we have. So I want to tell you a little bit about the art. This is a gourd that is made in Peru. And there is a story in this little gourd that is hand carved. This art predates pre-Columbian times. Even before Christ, they were carving the gourd. And they use it mainly for eating utensils, like a dish. Then the plastic came, the ceramic artwork came, and the plastic. So unfortunately, they are not doing this very much. But there's a few that are doing, and we want to support them so they can continue. The reason for this gallery is to tell the community to recognize the people who make these beautiful things. It's part of the human history. Let me show you this beautiful painting. It's made on a bark tree. And this is also a story about a community event. We have framed it, and it's a beautiful piece of art. This other painting is by a very well-known artist in Venezuela. He was here in Silicon Valley, and he returned to Venezuela, but we have his art. This weaving is by Señora Rojas, that I met her in the Andes of Peru in Huancayo. It's an incredible fine piece of weaving. Even the reverse is wonderful. And she's inspired by her pre-Columbian ancestry, continuing the weaving. You see these dolls, you see some of the carvings made of wood from Ecuador. This little paper mache piñata is an old one, is from Mexico, and is a clown, a payaso in Spanish. Let me show you about the huichol painting here. This is a huichol painting, and it's wood, it's yarn pressed on wood. On the wood, they smear beeswax. After they smear with beeswax, they press the very thin yarn all around, making a frame. In this case, it's a lavender color. It changes to pink, and they go and make those beautiful designs. It's a textile art. So we frame it also, and it's used for a home or office. This is a painting, Dos Caras, dual faces. This one is from Nicaragua. And let me show you another beautiful piece. This is a arpillera. It's a three-dimensional applique. And it's done by women who have immigrated from the Andes to the shanty towns of Lima. And they reminisce the rural, beautiful life that they had in the Andes. So they depict the countryside. Maybe they are harvesting, maybe they are playing, maybe they are in the markets, in the open market selling. This is a beautiful piece of art too. Even the back is nice. They line it with cotton, and they crochet it all around to make it a frame. This is a beautiful piece, an old piece from Mexico, the Tree of Life. To tell you the truth, I know all the artists that make these pieces because I have traveled for over 50 years to the different places of Mexico, Central and South America. Even when we had civil war in Guatemala, I was there. Even when we had the terrorism by the Shining Path, I was taking groups to Peru. And this piece is an old one. I never met the artisan, but I bought it in Mexico. It's a Tree of Life. I would like to know more about this story, but I found it in the in the Bible, there is a reference about the Tree of Life. This is a retablo, and also there is a community event that they have carved in little pieces and put it in this place. Originally, it was like an altar that traveled to different communities when the Spaniards came to teach the people about the Catholicism. They took these pieces, but now they do it just to show a festivity. Could be a wedding, could be a harvesting time, could be a birthday party, and this is what it is. This is a modern piece made by Marisol Velez Aquino. I met Marisol, is a social worker that was working in her community when they had the hurricane. I was there about 6 months later. We went with a group from here to help them and assist them. Marisol was in her community working from door to door, rescuing the people that were trapped with the water. And other times she was taking the food, so we helped her while we were there. And then she told me, Olga, I'm also an artist. So I brought about 3 pieces, and then we have this still available for sale by Marisol. It's a beautiful, more modern painting. Well, I could go and tell you more about the other pieces. So there is a person behind every piece that is made. And I thank you very much for paying attention to the art. Hopefully other people will appreciate it. Because the purpose of this gallery is for the artisans to be recognized first and to be sustainable. And for us, for me and my son is also being part of this, to be sustainable. I need to pay rent and all the other expenses of running a business, a responsible business. I'm a social entrepreneur. I thank you again.